Hi, seniors. It's really good to see all of you, quote unquote. Um, if you don't remember me, because it's been quite a while, my name is Mrs. Fitzgerald. I'm your school librarian. And today, unfortunately, I can't be with you in person, but I figured this is the second best way to get all the information to you that you need to start your capstone research. So let's call this Capstone 101. The first thing that I need everybody to do is logged into your Chromebooks with your AACPS login and password, and you should be in class links. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to get there. So class links, logged in with your AACPS login and password, and I will meet you there. Okay, welcome back. Everybody should be in class links, logged in with their AACPS account. Once you're in class links, the first thing we're going to look at is Noodle Tools. So my class links folders look different than yours just because I've moved some things around. But as your icons are listed, they are listed in alphabetical order. So go down to the ends and find Noodle Tools. It looks like a little blue man with some wind around him. And we're going to click on that and we're going to open that up. And because you're going in through class links, it should automatically log you in. And you'll see over here in the gray, it should have your student ID at aacps.org. And that means you're logged in. So the first thing we're going to do in Noodle Tools is we are going to click on this green button over on the left-hand side, and we're going to click on New Project. And when you click on New Project, we are going to name our new project. So we are going to name it Capstone 2021. Your citation style is going to be MLA because that's what we use for English. And your citation level, because you are all so smart seniors, is going to be advanced. And then you hit submit. And your project opens up like this. Your project always opens up, it automatically defaults to the dashboard. But because we're going to be using Noodle Tools for our citations, we are going to have it on sources. Okay. It should say Capstone 2021 right over here. It'll have your name and we're under sources. Leave your Noodle Tools tab up and we're going to go to the second part of our Capstone research. Go back to your My Apps link, which is your class links. And again, it's in alphabetical order. The second thing we're going to look at is Mac and VIA. It's a black background with like a rainbow circle on it, flower, however you want to describe it. And we're going to click on Mac and VIA and we're going to open up Mac and VIA. Now, while this is loading for you, Mac and VIA is fantastic. It is almost like an umbrella that has all of our ebooks and databases in it. The plus side of Mac and VIA is that you can access everything from home, in school, and it has ebooks and databases. The con of Mac and VIA is that when I create a group for students, it does not allow me to list them as databases and ebooks. So what I did is once you're in, it'll say Severna Park High School across the top. And then going down on the left-hand side, you see Home, All Resources, and Groups. Click on Groups. And I have Senior Capstone Databases in the red block, and I have Senior Capstone eBooks in the pink block. We're going to start with the databases because I feel for this assignment, you are going to find probably most of your information in the databases. So if we click on the red block, you'll see that there's only 7 databases listed. We have over 50 databases, and I hate to say to students, oh, just go in Mac and VIA and look at the databases because they all offer different things. And I feel like let's make it easier for the students. So I narrowed it down to 7, going by the different topics and subjects that most seniors do for this capstone project. So as you can see, we have ImageQuest, which is where you're going to find all kinds of pictures. We have EBSCO Explora, which is going to pull a lot of newspaper and magazine articles. We have Issues and Controversies, Opposing Viewpoints, Science and Context, SIRS Issues, and Teen Health and Wellness. The first one I want to start with is opposing viewpoints. This is made by Gale as a publisher, and the Gale, they're all the ones that end in context, so the science one is the same publisher. They are my favorite databases, and you're going to see why. So we click on the blue button that says Open Now, and when the Gale database opens, it gives you a couple of different ways that you can search. So up here in the search block, you can type in your search topic. So maybe I'll put in overfishing. And it will bring up for me, going through the search topic, anything that has anything to do with overfishing. So we have 36 viewpoints, 34 reference articles, statistics, which is going to be data, maps, infographics, things like that. Images, you have audio, magazines, news, and academic journals. For this assignment, I would say videos probably won't be very good for this. Audio sometimes is going to be podcasts or it might be speeches. So for my suggestion would be to stick with reference, magazine, news, academic journals. And then you scroll down. So as you scroll down, you can see titles of different articles. So if I decide I am going to use this one, overfishing threatens the world's oceans. But I look here and it says 2009, and that's really way too old for what I want. So let's look at publication date and filter our results. And for something like this, I would say 5 years at the oldest. So we're going to make it from March 1st, 2016 to today, March 9th, and hit apply. And when I do that, it brings up stuff that is definitely more like here, January 28th, 2021 under news. So this is from the New York Times. I pull up this article, and here's my article, okay? Super easy, it's from the New York Times, it gives you the whole thing. What I love about Gale, a couple of different things. The first thing is some students learn better by listening. So there is this little button right here, and when you hover over it, it says listen. When you click on it, it will play the article for you. So you can literally have your headphones on, you can listen to the article, you could take notes from it. So I love that aspect of it. I also love how easy it is when I'm going to cite this. So one of the biggest things is you have to let your teachers know where you got your information. So you have to do a bibliography. So if I go to the Cite button right here, now remember, we still have our Noodle Tools tab open. I go to Cite, already in MLA, and I can export it right to Noodle Tools. So when I click on my Noodle Tools button, Noodle Tools opens. Here's my MLA citation. It's clicked on. These references look good. And then right here, I want to make sure. So say you have a couple of different projects going in Noodle Tools. You want to make sure it goes into your Capstone 2021 project. And I hit Import References. And when I do that, it says in green, one reference successfully exported to Project Capstone 2021. I go to my original tab. Remember I had you open it onto sources? And I reload my page. And look at that. Overfishing has put rays and sharks at grave risk. It puts it right into your source list. It tells you that it's a newspaper article. It shows us when it was created. It gives you everything that you need. So that is the second reason why I like Gale so much. Gale also, if we go back to our results, now I did overfishing. I put that in my search box, but you can also, right here with the little light bulb, I can click on Browse Issues, and it gives me to me by topics, okay? So you could look at endangered species or it's all in alphabetical order. Let's see if they have hunting. They have hunting. So I could click on hunting and it's going to give me a nice overview. And then remember, it's going to give me all these different articles, newspapers, websites, etc. Or that was under topics. Or I could go up here and I could just look at energy and environment, just health and medicine, just society and culture. So if I click on just energy and environment, it's going to give me all these topics, oceans, because we were looking at overfishing, endangered species, EPA, anything that has anything to do with the environment. And again, factory farming, so you could click on that. There's your overview, here's your articles, and they all work the exact same way. So if even in here, say I'm going to use this statistic that they give me, and it's a chart, right? And I'm going to use this. I click on the Cite button. It's in MLA. I send it to Noodle Tools. All looks good. I hit import. My green line comes up. I go back to Noodle Tools. I reload, and there should be two there. Yep. And it tells you it's a newspaper, and this was from a book, and that it's a chart. So that's Gale. Again, my favorite. So let's click on the tab that says Mac and VIA and go back to our list of databases. The second database that we're going to look at is called SIRS Issues. And it's a lot like Opposing Viewpoints. We're going to click Open Now. It's probably my second favorite one. And it's set up, it does a lot the same that Gale does. It's just set up a little bit different. And you search a little bit different. So it still has your search box up top. And I'll type in overfishing. And this over here gives you newspapers, magazines, images, books, websites, government resources, scholarly journals. You can search, remember before in Gale, I had to drop down and do the dates. I can do this where it says just the last 12 months. And let's look at, I'll look at this one. So here's my article. I like this that Gale does not do. They give you a quick little brief summary at the top of the article, which is really nice, especially when you're doing research, because you may click on an article and then you skim through the whole thing and you realize when you get to the end of it, oh, I didn't even, that had nothing to do with what I'm looking for. So this, if you just look at the summary, you could read this and be like, okay, this is perfect. This is what I want. It has the listen button, just like Gale did, and it will read it to you. Here's your whole article. And then to cite this one over here in the green, you click on Cite, and it says Send Citation to Noodle Tools. So I click on Noodle Tools, and here it is, and it's going into Capstone, and I hit Import, and there's my green line. And I go back to my Noodle Tools page. Now there should be 3, and there are. So here's the one I just put in from SIRS. So again, super easy. SIRS also, so I typed in overfishing just in this box. They give you trending topics, which is what most kids like. I think that gets pulled because it's how many people click on them. So it's clicks. You have editors' picks, and then they have it also broken down into leading issues. So if I click on the green button, business and economics, school, world culture, crime and punishment, environment and science. So I'll stick with that because that's what we were looking at. And then it breaks it down this way. And let's look at, we'll look at commercial whaling since I was doing overfishing. And here's leading issue, commercial whaling. You scroll down, they give you 2 different viewpoints with articles that support those viewpoints. Or you can click here, find more sources for commercial whaling. And it gives me my newspapers, magazines, etc. And it's the same thing. If I go back, or if I go to an image, and maybe I want to use this one, again, I go to the Cite button. It's in MLA. I send it to Noodle Tools. I import it. There's my green line. I go back to my Noodle Tools page. And there it is. So pretty easy. If I had this when I was in high school and college, I would have been a straight A student. So all of the other databases pretty much act the same way. The other nice thing about the databases is that if you need different sources, so say your teacher says, I need you to find a newspaper article, a magazine article, a picture, and a chart, 4 different resources. You can most likely find all of that under one database. And as you can see here, newspaper, magazine, image, most likely when we looked at Gale, it had statistics, right? So right here, you most likely can find everything you're looking for in your databases. Now we're going to go back to our Mac and VIA page. The second thing I put together for you. So remember, it says Severna Park High School up top, hello SPHS Falcons, and then again on the left, home, all resources, groups. If I click back on groups, the second thing I put together are the ebooks. So it says Senior Capstone ebooks, and it's pink. If you click on that, I have them in, they come up alphabetical order. A lot of these books, I literally just bought like 20 of them last week, or 2020 and 2021 books. I tried to grab, there's 106 in here. I tried to grab as many that we had that I thought would go to your assignments. So if we scroll down, all these books have an Open Now button. So let's look at cleaning up the environment, hazardous waste technology, okay? I click Open Now. And it opens up the book. This book I also have on the shelf in here. So pretty much any ebook that you see that you can access from home or in school, I also have the print book. So with that being said, if there's a book that you would like to use and you don't, some people don't like ebooks. They don't want to read it on a screen, and you'd like to check out the book, you are more than welcome to check out the book. Your teacher has the link, a QR code where you can check out books. We will get it to you. We'll deliver it to your English teacher. If you're hybrid, if you're virtual, we'll have it in the front office and you can pick it up. So super easy. You can get a book too. So you're here in the ebook. You can go through just like you would a book. There's a search button. So I can search for, whatever your topic might be. So I'm going to type in water just because, let's see if it shows up anywhere. And then any place where water is on a page, it shows you in yellow. And then like it's on page 112. Let's see. I can go down here and it will highlight it on any page that it talks about water. We can X out of that and get out of the search. You go back to these 3 little buttons. We go back to the menu. You can look at the table of contents. And you can go down to citations here. Oh, there we go. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different, okay? So some of the ebooks do talk to Noodle Tools, some do not. So this one doesn't speak to Noodle Tools. You can't just export it easily, but it is still pretty easy. So what you do with ones like this, we want MLA because that's what we're using. You're going to copy and paste this citation, okay? I'm going to go back to my Noodle Tools page, And I'm going to click on the green button that says New Source. And if you look across the top, it asks what you're using, right? Where did you find it? So we're using an ebook. So I'm going to click on the button that says ebook, and then super easy, there it is, ebook. Okay. Now, instead of having to put all this stuff in here, there's a quick cite button right here, and it says copy and paste a citation. If I click on that, I just go down here and hit paste. Well, they make you do Control V. Okay, so that right there, that is what I copied here from the ebook. I go to quick cite, I copy and paste it in here, and then I hit save. And it says citation saved successfully. And then as we scroll down, you'll see they count it actually as a book, even though it was an ebook. But when your teacher sees it, they'll know that you used an ebook because that was what we chose. And there it is. So not quite as easy as just hitting a button and exporting it into Noodle Tools, but not like terrible, right? So let's click out of this and we're back. Let's go back to our tab with our ebooks. And every publisher is going to do their ebook a little bit different. So if I click on this one on immigrants and refugees, and you got to give it a second. Sometimes it takes a few seconds for them to pop up. We can click on these 3 lines here. Here's our book. Okay. We can go to table of contents. We can go to the different, like, let's see what the courts and legal community says. There's our chapter. And then once you decide what you're using, or if you're going to use it, there's contents. You click on citations, and it does the same thing. So we want just this one. All right. It's giving me tricky fingers. So you want the top one. So unfortunately, my mouse, for some reason, it keeps grabbing the whole thing. So we'd have to go to Noodle Tools, do New Source. Again, it's an ebook. And down here, so remember, we're going to go to Quick Cite, copy and paste. And because it made me do the whole thing, we don't need all that. So we're going to get rid of the APA part, and we'll get rid of this. And there's our, so remember, we only want this part right here. We'll put that in there. I hit save. And there it is. Book. So all of the, there's 106. So when you get to the bottom, they're in alphabetical order. You want to make sure you load more. But you can see all the different ebooks we have. So basically between the databases and the ebooks, the red box and the pink box, you should have plenty to find. You can also, I'm going to send to your teachers our online card catalog. If you don't see a book or you're really having trouble finding information, you can look and see if we have a print book that you might want to check out. If there is a book on the ebook list, you can fill out the form and check out an actual print book. But that's pretty much all I have. So between Macinvia and Noodle Tools, your capstone project should be an easy feat for you. I am planning on, hopefully, your next class period, I'll have a breakout room in your classroom. And then that way, if anybody has any issues or problems or needs my help, you can pop into my breakout room and I can help you one-on-one. But other than that, I wish you good luck. And I know that your teachers are there to help you through this, and I will see you your next class period. Bye bye.